Hey friends, welcome back to Erini's Corner. Today we're gonna be crocheting the wind spinner. We will need 4 different colors of yarn and the corresponding hook size. I'm using worsted yarn with a 5.5mm hook. I'm gonna start crocheting foundation chains, and the length of the chain determines the length of my wind spinner. I'm gonna start with 70 foundation chains, and you can change that number by increasing or decreasing it to the length that you want. I'm gonna start with the slip knot and then start my way crocheting those 70 chains. Those are my 70 chains. After finishing them, I'm gonna cut off the yarn. So I'm done with color 1 and pull the yarn through to make a knot. Now we're gonna work from one side of the chain to the other throughout the rows. So we're going from the right side to the left. So going back to the first chain, I'm gonna attach color number 2. I'll start by doing a slip knot with color number 2, and then I'm gonna insert my hook into the first chain, and then I'm gonna pull that slip knot through. Then I'm gonna chain 1 to attach color number 2 to the work. We're gonna do a half double crochet by yarning over, inserting the hook into the stitch, pulling a loop, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And we're gonna do 2 more half double crochet stitches into the same stitch. Then we move to the next stitch and repeat those 3 half doubles. And this is the repeat for this row, 3 half doubles into each stitch throughout. And as you keep going, your work will start to round and form a spiral. After finishing the stitches, I'm gonna cut off the yarn, same way we did with the foundation chain. Now we're gonna go back to the first stitch of the row, and now we're ready to attach color number 3. I already have my slip knot ready, so I'm gonna pull it through the first stitch, chain 1, and then into that first stitch I'll go into it with my hook and do a single crochet. Now I'm gonna go back into the same stitch and do another single crochet. Then move to the next stitch and do 2 single crochet into it. And this is the repeat for this row, 2 single crochet into each stitch. At the end of the row, cut off the yarn and pull that end through to make a knot. Now we're ready for the last row for this pattern. Again, a slip knot with the new color, and then go back to the first stitch of the row, insert the hook into it and pull through the slip knot. Chain 1, and then we're starting the last row by going back into the first stitch and do a slip stitch. So insert the hook, pull a loop and pull it through that stitch and the loop on your hook. Then we're gonna chain 3 stitches, so chain 3, skip a stitch and slip stitch into the next. Repeat that again, chain 3, skip a stitch and slip stitch into the following stitch. And that's the repeat for this row. After finishing the last row, cut off the yarn and make sure that all your wind spinner is arranged in a spiral form. Now I have this wooden bead that I'm gonna attach to the bottom of my wind spinner as an embellishment. So I'm gonna get all the yarn ends into it and then make a knot. Now for the other side, I decided to braid the yarn ends, and I'm gonna make a loop from which I can hold the wind spinner or hang it to a tree or to a holder. That was it for today's tutorial. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, take care and keep crocheting.